Hi, my name is Sajid Mogul. My business is Jap Performance Parts, based in Crawley in Sussex. Our car is a Subaru drift car, RB25 powered, Nissan Silvia rear axle, first one in the world, driven by Walton Smith of Garage D. I wanted to make something different. In a lineup of S15s and S14s and Toyotas, I wanted to make something that would stand out.
There's a two-door Subaru here that could be interesting, and you know, we went down to Jap Performance Parts, had a chat with Saj and got the ball rolling.
What sort of state was it in when you got given the car?
It was driving of a sort, like the engine and gearbox and so on was bolted in, but none of the steering was done properly. You know, the car would never have drifted and would never have been reliable. It was still running the Subaru differential and half shaft, so it would have just broken.
But we didn't know about setup and getting the car ready for drifting, and Walton was the ideal person for the job.
The front cross member and so on, which actually made it handle worse, would have made it handle worse than standard Subaru. So we remanufactured the whole front cross member here and did custom lower arms and hubs to get proper steering lock. So we literally redid the entire front suspension, and then we went to the back of the car and fitted the Nissan differential and shafts, which would be strong enough to take the power of the Nissan engine. Yeah, the car has just been verging on scarily reliable, really. You know, the first event we had a boost pipe come off twice, and other than that, it's never really caused any problem.
First round with the car was not only working, it was competitive, out the box.
Trailer would lead, but can we have Walton and Culver on the line now?
Yeah, they're on the line.
They're on the line and ready to go.
It's in the Jurassic Park.
Camera Muppets running.
How do you make the Subaru reliable? Nissan running gear into it. So, you know, I thought it was pretty funny.
Track is clear. Send the cars.
Send them! Oh, whoa, we're on the wall!
It's had a bit of a mixed reaction in a lot of ways, because it doesn't look like a drift car for a lot of people. It looks more like a time attack / rally car. So I think a lot of the drift fanboys don't really like it. They'd much rather a 4-door 32 that's dragging its exhaust on the ground. But I think, you know, it's brought a lot more of the time attack and rally fans to look at drifting in a slightly different way. And you know, the car's always got a massive crowd around it in the pits, and you know, everybody asks me questions about it, so it's getting massive interest.
The suspension is all kept Subaru. I found the Subaru suspension a lot better with the way it travels.
People just love to see it because it's so unusual. And the other thing for me was important was to build something not just as a race car, but it's our company showpiece. It's got to look nice. Everything's gleaming on the car, professionally built. We've over-engineered as much as we could to make it what it is, the most reliable car I think in 2010.
And I did the round at Wembley, which I did very well at. I got 4th, which I was really happy with. The track seemed to really suit the car, and the fact the track was very bumpy suited the fact the car doesn't sit too low. I was kind of surprised because I turned up to see this really cool looking Arctic truck and WRC graphics on it to go, wow, you know what's in there? And one of the organisers said, it's your car. I was like, wow, that's awesome.
Walton ended up 4th in the car. We're so pleased with the results against 32 of the best cars in Europe. Real good test for the car.
We went to an event in Belarus, the FX Open, and that was an experience to say the least. You know, it was on the event was held on a military airfield, and we had army soldiers standing every about 20 feet right the way around the entire event, and it was just amazing. The crowd, I'd say I'd never seen anything like it. You know, the crowd were going absolutely crazy. Made the top 8 there, got knocked out by Dan Chapman, who went on to get 3rd in the event. So well done to him, and what an experience. I absolutely love the place. Dubai, my god, that was, as James Dean said, the JDM All-Stars Christmas party. I think it was a pretty good way of saying it. You know, we spent a lot of time out there due to the problems of shipping and, you know, getting the cars out. We ended up having the event and sadly hit the wall during practice and damaged the left-hand side of the car, which everybody thought was pretty amusing, because at the start of the week I damaged the left-hand side of my face and gave myself a black eye. So, no, I'm surprised there hasn't been more hunts towards that, but there's been 1 or 2. But got the car out going again and got 4th in the event, which I was really happy with, because I really had to nurse the car along due to some front suspension damage in the impact. But thankfully there was no actual major lasting impact, so a new lower wishbone and a new front hub, and the car will be ready to go again. We found the car is a bit too nose heavy, so we're looking at the possibility of shifting the radiator to the back. We're hoping to get better quality tyres on the car for next year, because this year we've only been running relatively narrow budget tyres on the rear, which really doesn't help.
We're going for a bigger engine, running 500 horsepower for this season, with an RB26 bottom end, and we have to widen the car. We need bigger tyres, wheels for more grip, so you'll see a wider bodied Subaru than it already is. More power, more grip for this year, and really want to go for some wins this year.
The 2011 season of JDM, what are you planning to, what are your main aims in that?
Well, the main aim obviously is to win. You know, it's why you compete in a series and take it seriously, is to win. But you know, I think the car is capable of it. I think obviously there's a lot of luck involved in winning a series as well, but I think the team is working well. You know, competitive tyres would, I think, make a big difference, but it's looking good for getting that sorted, and you know, looking forward to the series in general.
Who are you aiming to beat? Mainly your brother, if you come across him.
Well, there's always going to be the natural competition between brothers, isn't there? I don't think he'll have a car ready for the very start of the series, which will be a shame, but I'm sure he'll be out there, and he will be the man to beat for the stress during the week afterwards of bad judging or any issues like that. But we'll see what happens.